Well, it's Friday. We're here. We've made it, and yeah, I'm excited. I've got big plans for the weekend. I lied. I don't have big plans for the weekend. I wish I had anything for the weekend. Um, but I'm hopefully going to finish up a lot of these baseball cards this weekend. That's something that's been really weighing on me, is that I haven't made a lot of progress lately. Um, my son is going camping this weekend. Good morning, Zavidop. Good to see you. Locked In is already here gambling. It's good to see. Gold Zulu's here. We got a good crowd. I even see like Mr. Demon Wolf is in the background. Oxygen Box is here. I like it. Thank you guys for being here. Um, yeah. So, how's things? You were shown the Mandalorian commercial in front of this stream. That's awesome. Um, I haven't watched the most recent trailer for that, and I really wish that I had because I understand it's pretty good, but I haven't had a chance to watch it yet. So today, like most days, we're going to. Oh, I almost just fell over. I always forget. Like I always bring a pair of socks down with me in the morning, and I always forget to put them on. And then as I'm sitting here, I feel them in my pocket. I'm like, I should put some socks on. So we're having a little Mister Rogers moment right now. We're gonna get some socks on our feet because it's. I'm standing right in front of the air conditioning. Whoa. And the feet get cold when you're standing like that. All right, that's more information than any of you needed. It's Friday. So I'm going to try something this morning that we've been meaning to do but haven't done in quite a while, and that is play with APL. So the Alexa presentation language is startup. Good morning. Good morning to everyone that's here. I'm not good at it. I'll freely admit that right now. We're going to figure some things out. You may even have tips for me as we get into this. But I thought it would be interesting to try and do the video poker. I haven't even created all the graphics yet, so we'll work with what we've got, and then we can take it from there. But I thought it would be good to try to build some APL that I don't know if we want to animate. I'm not exactly sure how this is going to work. I think in a perfect world, I would have them like slide in from the top of the screen, kind of like you're being dealt cards. But I think if I think about a traditional video poker machine, you just see the 5 cards. They're always there, and then they either flip over or they flip back. So we'll just right now all I'm going to worry about is getting my layout appropriate, and then I'm going to have the card go from a card back immediately to a card front. I'm not going to do an animation or any kind of fold over or anything like that. We're just going to have the cards appear to be their thing. So that is that's what I'm going to try to do today. But I also want to show you some other cool stuff that I've discovered that I didn't realize existed. So let's get right into this view. One of the things that I want to show is that I can do local debugging right here from. Is there something wrong with the video? I look frozen. Am I still frozen? See hands moving, rainbows. W. Giorgio, what do you think? Is everybody else able to see me well? I'm not getting any warnings that I'm dropping frames or... I always wonder if it's on my end or W. Giorgio's end. But everything looks good to me here. Okay. I'm sorry that you're having video issues, W. Giorgio, but I'm glad that I'm not the cause of that. Okay, so with that, I have this item on my list before we can launch that is APL all the things. And so one of the struggles that I really have with all of the development and testing and everything that we've been doing is you've got to make sure you have a different endpoint, and then I'm running here locally, but I'm still going to the browser to test stuff, and I found out I hadn't actually played with this yet. So this is my files, right? This is all the files in my project. And I installed the Alexa Skills Toolkit, which is this thing. And you can see in here that I have all of these different things that I can do, right? I can see my skill manifest. I can download a copy of it if I want to. So I can, like, if I make changes in the dev portal, I can bring those things right down. I can also see my interaction model. So if I want to edit it right here, I can say edit in console. I haven't actually done this before. Yeah, let's do this. And I think it just takes me... No, that's not what I have to do. Edit in console. I can't remember what that says. Yeah, I mean, I guess if I say open, oh my gosh, it took me right to the page. That's pretty amazing. So it was able to take me right to my intents so I can manage those things, although I wish it would have opened it here. And then we have APL stuff. This is where I can create APL documents. Now, none of these are going to be exactly what I want, but I can choose start from scratch. And let's give this a name. We're going to call this video poker. All right, we'll just call it poker. Poker. I'm going to hit enter. I don't even know where it created that. So we have skill package response display poker. All right, so it's created it right in our folder structure. That's pretty awesome. And I have a very, very basic APL document. So that's cool. It didn't actually name it what I wanted. That's weird. It asked me what I wanted to call it, and then it called it document.json anyway. So let's go look at that. Oh, I see. It creates a whole folder for them. Wow. Okay, so I have a folder called poker, and in there I have a document.json. Okay, so that's all good, but what I really need to focus on is getting this APL started and laid out. So in order to do that, we're going to have to go to the design tool, which is in the browser. But I wanted to show you one more thing that I thought was pretty cool here, so we'll just save that for now. I've been struggling with like jumping back and forth between my browser and this to do all of my testing. So one of the other things that you have here in the Alexa Skills Toolkit is under Test Skill, I have the ability to open the simulator, but actually, I guess that's not even in this list, but I was also able to set up local debugging. So I can hit this. This is even more robust than what I had before, but you can see here that I have the service running now. I don't have to use custom URLs or any of that other stuff that I've been using before. I don't have to change anything in my manifest. I don't have to publish anything in the dev portal. And these changes only take effect for me, the creator of the skill, not for all of my users. So any of you that are doing beta testing right now can still beta test, and you're still hitting my function that's in the cloud in AWS Lambda. But me personally, my account is now pointing directly to this local machine, and you can see the session lasts for an hour. But then the last piece I wanted to show you here in the Alexa Skills Toolkit is if I hit Open Simulator, boom, simulator in the IDE. So now I can say Open Chatsino, and you can see that it's all flowing in on the bottom, and then we'll see my responses here. Now, one thing I haven't found is that it doesn't seem to play the audio for me. This local debug only works for US. I did not realize that, but man, this is awesome. We need to figure out a way to make local debug work for everywhere, because this is a huge, huge step forward. So anyway, so I get this execution info, which tells me basically what was sent out from my skill. Oh no, this is actually how it decided what to do. These are the intents it considered, and then this is the one that it actually hit. And then I also get an APL preview right here, which is also super cool. So let's go here to developer.alexa.com, and inside Chatsino, we're going to go to the tools and choose, we're going to go to interfaces, multimodal responses. That's what I want. And we're going to crack this open. We're going to create a new visual response. And unfortunately, none of these really serve my purpose. This one's probably the closest, but it's not really what I want either. So I think we're just going to start from scratch, and we're going to do some basic stuff. So the first thing that I want to do is look at my APL and see what we've got going on. So I think as we look at this, Give is still shut down. Sorry, Gold Zulu. Do we need to give W. Giorgio some money? I can do that manually. How the mighty have fallen. Not that one. This one. It's all right, W. Giorgio. You got some fundage now. Zavanop, are you in there too? This is going to go away at some point, so I'm not really worried about coin totals or any of that kind of stuff right now. We can fudge with these all we want. Obviously, we'll keep the next version very, very, very refined. Okay. So, what if I say light here? If I say light theme, does that change anything? Cancel. Theme dark, theme light. I don't know. We're honestly doing this like I don't know anything because I only know a little bit, and it's not very much. So the first thing that I really need to do, I know I need a container. And that container, it has a width and a height, which I don't actually think I want to be true. Melaneus. Melinus. Yes, you can ask questions here. I don't know that I'll have the answers for you, but I can try. You're more than welcome to. Let's see. How am I going to want to do this? So I guess maybe I want another container inside that. And this container, I kind of want it to be, I can't just drag it. I think all of that is fine. Padding top. What if I make this 100? Why don't I feel like I'm getting these? I feel like when I change these, this should automatically be reflected, right? If I make this 200. Why aren't the changes being reflected here? Shouldn't that be a thing? Do not put the max lines equals -3 in your code. Okay, that seems like a good tip. Melaneus, if you have a question, I'm happy to answer it. Just drop it in the chat. It's because I don't have anything in it? Okay, let's put an image in it. So this is 300 now. Okay. So I actually want it to be like, can I say 95%? Yeah. How about 98%? Closer. So what if I get rid of these? That's the padding inside. So this must be the padding for that. So if I say 0 here, yeah, 0 here, we're getting it. I was a front-end developer once. I know how this stuff works. I just don't know what I'm doing. So the padding top, I feel like I actually want this to be like 25%. Can I do that? No. I tried to deploy a skill by using the ask CLI, but when I deploy, I get error. Like that. Like that? I don't know why you get that timeout either, Melaneus. I'm assuming that you have probably tried Googling that error before. So I don't know off the top of my head why that would be the case. It seems to me like maybe you haven't... Is there an option anywhere when you're doing it from the CLI to define what region you want to use? Because it looks like it's trying to use the region default, and default isn't really a region, so you might want to make sure that you have a default region defined. I think if you do ask config, it might give you that option. I don't know. Let's try stopping this for a moment. Now we can go right to the terminal. So if I say ask config, does it ask me anything about my ask? Because let's see. You have configured it. You have it configured. I don't know why I get this timeout. My guess is it's trying to deploy it to a region called default, and it needs to deploy it to a region that's probably like US West 1 or something like that. So unfortunately, no, I don't have a good answer for you on this. But Melaneus, if you want to reach out to me directly, you can drop me a direct message here on Twitch, or if you want to send me a DM on Twitter, I can reach out to Justin or Joe or one of the guys that might have a better feel for this, and we can dig in and solve the problem. But I don't know off the top of my head, unfortunately, but I'm happy to dig in and figure it out for you. So yeah, send me a private message, and that way I'll have a way to get a hold of you. But I don't know off the top of my head, unfortunately. Okay, what was I doing? I was in a browser somewhere. Here we go. So then we have this image. And I don't know how wide I want it to be, but not that wide. So let's do 150. I want it to be the size of a card. So the height is probably going to be 300 by 150. It doesn't actually take the shape of the image, but I can see kind of where we are. So I think that's good. Okay, so it's got the space for the image, but I don't have the images I want. So the other thing that I need to do, I think I have these, is I have versions of these images. They're not going to be my final ones by far, because I'm going to need to tweak these up and make them my own a little bit, give them backgrounds. They don't even have backgrounds right now. But if I go to, is it in here? No. Somewhere I have scavenger hunt stuff. Where else would I have put this? Under Alexa? Images? No. Art. Cards. There we go. So I have all these cards. So let's take the 10 of clubs as an example. Copy the link for that. And go into, where was I? Here. So let's change the source of this image to be that. Why isn't that working? Boy, I would love an answer to that question. 0, 0. Where's my image? Oh, maybe they're not publicly accessible? Why? Okay, so make public. Does that solve it? I feel like this image is public. I feel like I already did that. Let's check. Well, I can't see it because reasons. Oh yeah, I can. Okay, we can kind of see the clubs there. I had a little glare on my screen. So it's accessible that way. Let's go back up to the folder and make the whole folder public, just to make sure. Okay. Now what I definitely don't see it here, though. One of the things that I would like to do is just set the background of the entire thing to white. Is that... You're not going to give me anything here, are you? Alexa, APL, background, color.
Here's what I found on Indian Premier League's Wikipedia page.
Alexa,
the
stop.
Indian cricket...
put a frame in that container and then put an image in the frame. Okay. How would I have known that? These are the questions that I have to ask W. Giorgio. How would I have known that? How would I ever figure it out? Okay, so let's just get rid of my image for now. And then I'm going to put a frame inside my container. And inside my frame, I'm going to put an image. That doesn't seem right? You said put the image in the frame. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind asking. So if we talk about our frame, I don't even know if I have the frame selected. But as I try to put an image inside of that, it's just adding it as another item inside the container. Where did my Twitch window go? There we go. Holds a single child and has a border and a background color. All right. See, this is the kind of stuff with the docs that really bugs me. I have an example here that shows me all the APL for a frame. Great. But it doesn't show me it doesn't show me having a child. So sample frame, and then I have an item like this. Okay, so we'll do that. You need to go away. We're not debugging right now anyway. So we're going to take this and say item. Actually, I did that in the wrong place. So this gets an item. And then this image here gets out of the container. I tried dragging it in. It didn't seem to like that. But I think I've done the right thing here. And this also needs to be 150, no, 300 height, 150 width. This can also be the same. Height of 300 dp, 150 dp. And that looks like a playing card. That's the right shape to me. So let's go to S3 again. Yeah, that's okay. I'm going to stack a few frames next to each other. I think this gets me what I want, though. Let's take the King of Spades. Copy path. Nope. Right here. Take this source. And it still doesn't see my image. Why? Well, my plan, and tell me if I'm wrong here, Gold Zulu, I have this master container. This is what's holding everything. Then inside there I have a container that's holding my cards, just the cards. Then this frame, here we'll set the background color. Was it background color? Background color. Whoa. Whoa, stop. Okay, so we're closer. We have our one frame, right? So then I'm going to take this frame I'm guessing this is how I would do it. And I do copy. And those should sit next to each other, right? Shouldn't those stack up inside the container? Let's see. Oh, you're right. None of that is proper for the path. Let's try that again. There it is. Okay. Now we've got some work to do. So as we think about this layout, I have a frame. Well, let's start with the obvious question. Why? I have two frames here inside a container. Why aren't they stacking up next to each other? They seem to be laying on top of one another. Also, my image is not centered in the box. I don't know. What is the deal there? Do I need to fudge with my width and height? Like if I make this 200 dp and this 200. There it is. All right. What are the actual dimensions of these images? To 222 by 323. All right, let's use that. That's the full size of the images. I don't think I need that, but we'll start there. And so 323 dp, 222 dp. Oh, because of this. No, that's still not doing it. VW can be responsive. All right. All right, we are getting closer, y'alls. Let's change this to vertical height. Not vertical. VW. Well, that has blown some things up. Oh, it's 0 to 100, so I have to figure out what the percentage of the screen is? Oh, I don't want to do that. Okay. So this then becomes, let's call this 50% of vertical height. It's not visible height. And this will be like 15%. Well, that. Okay, my card is back. And it's not 50, so let's try like 40. I love changing values in 2 places to get something to change. Oh man, I'm trying not to hate APL. I really am trying not to. I just hate it. But little news for you guys. That looks pretty good. Can I put can I put padding on a frame? Can I do like padding right? That didn't do anything. Because I don't really want padding. I want spacing. Set image width and height to 100%. That makes sense. And then I can just change the frame. Can I do like a margin right? Is that a thing? We started it and then I hated it, so we stopped. So I'm starting over, Gold Zulu, but that's a good question. Okay, so we've got one card. I want that second frame to be the same. So let's just, well, we can just take the whole thing for now. But the thing that I'm not seeing is I want to put space between them. How can I put spaces between these? Do I have to put like a placeholder image or text or some other item? Or can I do something like margin right? This is just so unfamiliar to me. Give me some CSS and HTML and let's go. Where would I put an NBSP? Startup, I don't even know. In the container? ATK with the follow. Welcome back. Oh, no, that's a subscription. My apologies. ATK, thank you for the subscription. Much appreciated. Let's come in here to our this container and do this. And then the thing that I saw that I think I want is space between. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, that's something. Somebody says spacing. That's not doing it. The justify kind of worked. I wonder. Let me put all 5 cards in. So we have 5 cards now. Now let's go back and try that that justify trick because the spacing is not working. But we could try whatever that was. Jomo, good morning. Do you wanna offer me some guidance and advice here? Because I'm struggling mightily, and I'm glad that you're here, Joe, because this is a good opportunity to remind people. Today, at 2, boy, now I forget. At some point today, we are doing a live stream. It's going to be at 1 p.m. my time, so 10 a.m. Eastern. But Joe, the APL Guru, is here. And we're going to be doing a live stream on the Alexa channel at 1 o'clock today. and it is focused on JSX for APL. So if you've ever done any React development, this might be really interesting for you because we can use JSX, which is familiar to you if you've done anything with APL before, but it'll allow you to use JSX to create your APL docs. So I'm very curious and interested to see how that's going to work, and I'm hoping that by beating my head against this a little bit, I'm driving my familiarity with APL, but it will also give me the opportunity then to have an appreciation for the things that change and how things get better. So everybody's saying hi to Joe. I'm so glad you're here, Joe. So Joe, here's what I want to do. Let's go find a view that gives me what I want. Images, please. I'll show you what I'm going for, and then maybe you can tell me how to get there. This is my favorite video poker machine in a casino. Come on, just give me the image. So this is ultimately what I want an Echo Show screen to look like for the most part. You can change your padding values to VW and it'll respond a little better. Okay, well, I'll start there. So let's get rid of this because we don't need that anymore. So let's change these to VWs. The DPs, by the way, Joe, are the default. So if VW is where people should be at, maybe we should let them know that this is something we want to... Should they all be VWs, or should, like, yeah, for the top and bottom ones, I was thinking it should be VH, right? Okay. And let's change this to 1. Okay, that gives me a nice little bit of spacing, but the thing I'm really interested in, Joe, is how do I space these cards out and ideally make them bigger? I feel like this is you have to have such a wealth of knowledge to be able to do anything easily. But what I'd like to do is to take them like this image here. I'd like them to be this big, take up as much of the screen as I can with a little bit of spacing in between, and then obviously have them lower on the screen. I'm going to put something above that'll be that payout chart. So, yeah. It seems like I can play with these numbers a little bit. To make them bigger. And you want me to use an Alexa image. It's a responsive component and better. Why do we have any of the other garbage stuff then? Is Alexa image an option over here? It's not. So how do I, as someone that is relatively new to APL, I've built a few things for like my Star Wars skill and a couple of other things, but I'm not in any way terribly experienced. How would I have known that there was an APL image control that I could use? Because I don't see it here. Right? There's no like, hey, by the way, there's all these other responsive controls that you could use. So how would I even know that exists? I see an image, I use an image. I like that this other stuff exists, but I don't really know what I'm doing. APL Alexa image. Okay, so in here, I'm going to take this image, this thing, paste that instead, comma, no, Do I have to import something to use Alexa Image? Because this doesn't seem to be working. Okay, and how do I import things? I see an import box. That's good. Oh. Okay, I have Alexa Layouts. That's a new thing I've not used before. So importing that. And now I see the beginnings of that dog image. So let me change that out for one of my card images. Like so. And there's my card with like image blurred background. No. Okay. You guys, I gotta tell you, like, this is humbling to see all of you offering me advice. It's all very different, which is also telling. But, let's see. Okay. Startup says, please try best fill and best fit. No, I want best fit, I think. But I want this to just be 100% of the frame. That looks good. And I tweaked my frame a little bit. Let's change that to 38 for now, just because it looks right. Okay, Joe, so I'm now using the Alexa Image. Very exciting. Tell me now how I put some space between these bad boys. Because I need a little gutter in between them. So I have my 5 king images, which is fine for now. In fact, we'll even make them different. King of spades, queen, 4, 9, and ace. Oh my goodness, this is so much. Okay. Best fill scales the image uniformly up or down so that the bounding box is completely covered. Alexa Image positions the scaled image within the bounding box according to the image align property. All right, startup. Thank you. So now I need to understand what a layout is. So I see layouts here. That's exciting. So now I got to figure out how to use layouts or what those are or something. So layout is not a thing. I need some help here. I don't really know what I'm being asked to do. I think I get the idea though. It's basically I'm defining the image, this, well at least this part, as some kind of template basically, and then use that layout to just say, hey, use this image, use this image, use this image. Is that that's kind of the vibe I'm getting here? Okay. So how do I use this? So layout inflation. I see. So where did I name the layout? I see a header. Is this the name of the layout? Okay, I think I'm getting this. Okay. So I would take something like, see if I'm getting this right. Okay, I'm going to take this, and I'm going to come up here to layouts, and I'm going to drop it. But what I'm going to do, what am I going to do first? Yeah, I'm going to do that, but then I also need to do like a, right here, I need to call this card image. And then that gets one of those. And then this is going to come to here. And then all these guys are going to come back a little bit. And then we have another one right there. That feels, that doesn't feel that good. I have 1, 2. I have 1, 2. What am I doing wrong here? Don't need this one. Okay. So I like that. So let's see. I'd add the frame to Jeff. So the image URL would be a param. Okay, I see where we're going here. So we would take this whole frame, this whole thing, and make this my template for a card. Okay, doing that. Let's get rid of that comma also. And so we can take all of this. And we have a template called card image. Okay, now if I go back and look at this, see if I can learn on my own here. I then say I guess I have to have a parameter. That's probably a thing, right? So the parameter for my image path here is going to be image path. Zabadop, that's why I do this. I don't mind being the person that embarrasses himself on screen not knowing things, because I learn from you guys. I learn from forcing myself to do this. This is something my skill needs to do anyway. But by forcing myself to do this in public, it puts me in a situation where I have to figure it out. And you guys offer a ton of great feedback. Having Joe obviously here is a huge benefit. And so I have this image path, and so I think based on what I'm doing here, that I can then do this as my item, kind of, except I'll have fewer parameters. So when we come down here to where my items are, I can do this. And this is going to be, again, I'm making all this up on the fly, but this is card image. This will probably be, what did I call it? Image source? Image path. Image path. This is going to be the path to my image, and then I don't need these two because that's from their sample. Am I doing this right, Joe? And then I just need the path to my image. Okay, and we want to make this one the king. King. Comma. Magic? It didn't work. I really wanted that to work. Okay, what am I doing wrong, Joe? I have... Oh, I called it... Duh. Case sensitivity. Well, we have a thing. What is Free.Friday? That's a great question, Mr. Demon Wolf. I have been kind of hiding this by my body, but check out what's behind me. I have a whole pile of devices. And so what I'm doing with these devices is giving them away. So let's do this right now. I think we're going to do it a little different today. I don't have a survey for everyone. You want to see the image path parameter definition. Like that. Free stuff is the best stuff, Mr. Demon Wolf. I'm with you. And I have some other things to get to today, so maybe I need to define it as a parameter to the layout. I didn't see that. Parameters. Ah, there we go. I just missed this piece. Okay. So inside, well, if I look at this one up here, this had, so I have header, and then I have description. Oh, I see. Okay. Got it. I just missed a whole piece, that's all. So, nope. Let's back it up. Put that there. So I'm going to have a description and parameters and items. And this will be that. And then this here. Let's get this clean before I dump it in. And then my items are going to look like that, I think. Oh, we are so close. Okay, parameters. This needs to be image path, and it's a string. Oh, there's the king. We did it. We got the king. So I gotta stop trying to save. There we go. Joe, we did it. This is mostly entirely thanks to you, but we did it. Okay, so now that we have this template, or this layout, I should say, I can now take this, and let's go down here to this. Bye-bye. And we can do that. And then this is so much cleaner here. I think we can get even better because we're going to have to do this with a data source of some kind eventually. But let's do a 9 and a 4 and an ace. Joe, thank you so much for that help. That is huge. Okay, so now that we have this, there's still the issue, Joe, of how do I space these items out? Okay, well, while I'm asking Joe about how we space things out, let's talk about this list. I'm very curious if this is actually a good reflection. Can you guys see this list? Let me see if I can zoom in out a little bit. We have me, we have Chatsino, which is the bot, Gold Zulu, Jomo, W Giorgio, a couple of VIPs here, and then we have a bunch of users, like Mr. Demon Wolf is here, Oxygen Box, Zavadop, these names are here. Do you think that I should use this name as my entry for the giveaway, or should I come up with something else? I have done surveys in the past. Let's do a survey, because then I can get you guys to give me some feedback on something too. All right, create. Come on, let's go. It is easiest, but then there's a potential that we've just got people lurking or bots that are running that could potentially win, and it's going to make it awkward. So let's do a single survey. Create survey, please. Okay. And we're going to create a new one, start from scratch. These are easy to create, so we'll call this one about APL today. We'll do conversation. I like that style. Okay, so first question. What is your Twitch username? That's always got to be first. And that's going to be a single text box. Okay, next question. That's how I know who you are and that you haven't entered twice. Second question is, have you published an Alexa skill with APL? We can do multiple choice and we'll just do yes and no. Okay, next question will be, what is the coolest thing you've done with APL? And what do you wish could be easier in APL? Okay, so those will be our questions. We have 4 questions. What is your Twitch username? Have you published a skill with APL? What's the coolest thing you've done? Let's change this a little bit to be seen or done. Save. And then we'll hit next. It's all good. I know this is going to work. Great, great, great. Collect responses my way. Get a survey link. Copy my link. All right, so we come into the stream here. I'll give you guys some time to do this, but this is the survey that enters you into the drawing. So I would appreciate you guys filling out the answer. Be honest, be lengthy if you have to, if you want to share your thoughts on APL, what you like, what you don't like, what you've seen that's cool. All of that is amazing. And I will give you your choice. I have an Echo Show 5 here. This one I'm going to save, so we're going to take this out of the running. But I have all the colors of Echo Dots. I have red, I have white, I have gray, and I have black. And then I also have Echo Flex devices. These are the ones that plug right into a wall for you, and they can have things like motion sensors or clocks or night lights plugged right into the bottoms of them. So you can see they kind of plug into the wall just like that. I can get it to focus on the box. There you go. So all of these devices are US only. I have no way to assist with that. And I do have massive challenges with sending these outside the United States. So please let me know, and we'll try to figure something out. I have Karthik in India. He can help me get devices to India, but in general, I'm trying to give the devices that are actually sitting here on the shelf away. And so I'm not ready to restrict it to US only, but international shipping is obviously incredibly expensive. So we'll figure something out. All right. Mr. Demon Wolf, yes, I work for Amazon, so what I actually did was on Prime Day, I went in and I bought as many as they would let me buy at their super cheap prices, and then I expensed them. And so we're going to be giving these away over the next few months, I guess. But Free Dot Fridays are fun. We've got 22 people here, that's an incredible number. I'm really happy to see our viewership growing. We do a lot of cool stuff here, and I hate to waste it on just a couple of people. I don't want to say waste it, because the people that are here regularly are awesome. All right, Mr. Smoofy's done. Zavdop's done. I so desperately need some water, and I didn't bring any in with me today. So we'll have to do that after I'm done streaming. Mr. Demon Wolf is done. Mr. Demon Wolf, actually, I don't know if you guys remember this. He hasn't been here a lot live on stream, but when I was on vacation in, June, Mr. Demon Wolf was one of the folks that did a Jeff Isn't Kidnapped videos. So you have seen him on this channel before, and I want to thank him for being here today. Much appreciated. Joe, in the meantime, obviously you're not eligible to win any devices. Do you have any thoughts on how I can space these things out? I'd really like to be able to make them bigger and also space them out. I have another idea for, I think I'm going to take off like the last 2 or 3 weeks of the year. I'm just going to take on vacation. I may stream occasionally while I'm on there, but I have an idea for another series of videos like that I want to do. So I'll be reaching out to people to get some videos made. But let's see. Now that I have this template, this is going to make things easier. So now I could do like 17 high or width. It's not 20 though. It's got to be like 19. See, 19 feels okay. Now the height needs to be a little bigger to accommodate. 41. They're too wide. 42. 43. Those look like pretty good cards. I'm gonna be honest. About 42 again. Yeah, maybe 40. 45? Is that too much? I'd also love for all of these items to be centered. Can I, is there a center alignment? Can I say like APL container, align items, center, yes please. That didn't do it though. Oh, because it's the wrong container. Let's do that. In the right container. Also didn't work. What am I doing wrong here? Try removing height, width, and only best fit. Like if I just get rid of this. See, that blew something up. Yeah, I think I need best fill, right? What did I do? I don't feel like I did anything, but now the cards aren't... You want me to remove this height and width? Oh, you're right, I did. I got rid of the image height. That was the issue. Okay, so now if we come back up here, if we do this... Because that's copy and pasted. Okay, so Joe, let's get back to this spacing thing. There's two things that I'm not seeing right now. What is it not like? Should not have it... Okay, that doesn't even exist. I feel like padding on the frame. Okay. So let's come up to my frame and say padding. VW. Doesn't seem to be working. Yeah, but see, I want a black stripe between the cards, but my frame has the background color. So does that mean that I need yet another container around this? All right, take care, startup. Thank you. By the way, is everybody done with the survey? So the background color of my frames is white. So I'm padding is inside, right? Padding is inside the box. So I'm just extending the white of the frame further out. What I want to do is, it's more like margin. Is there a margin right property? No. Well, the problem I'll have, Gold Zulu, is if I turn the background to black, the cards don't have a background color themselves. So then it ends up looking like this. So making the background black doesn't work for me. I need that to happen. Because otherwise I've got to go edit all my images. So I've got to add another container around each frame. Most layouts are a container at the top anyway. Okay, so in here, I'm gonna do this here. I'm gonna say type. If there's an easier way to do this, let me know. Type container. Just for fun, we'll put items like this and like array style, and then we'll take this whole thing and inside here we'll do that. Okay, now I have my frame inside a container. Kind of. What are you talking about? Period. Expected comma instead of period. Not sure what it's referring to there. Yeah, I don't have any colors in my container. Ah, I'm forgetting this part. So that becomes all of this. And this becomes that. There we go. So I now have a container with items of 1 that is my frame. I've defined my image path, so all of that is good. I still don't know where I'm going to get my spacing from, but I'm hoping the container has add padding to the container. Okay. Padding right. Still don't love this because it's gonna leave things off-centered, but I can start here. padding right is 1 VH, comma. Spacing. Boom. Okay. So we've got now our 5 cards. And this is a fantastic start. So my top container slap some centering on that. I can't really tell if this is centered or not. It doesn't feel like it would be centered though. I feel like I'm going to have a bigger gutter over here because I'm putting right padding on. I actually need this one, the ace. I actually need it to not have padding. So I wonder, oh, let's see if I can be smart about this. What if I take a second parameter and I call this padding right, and it's going to be, what are my types? Is it considered, I guess it's considered a string. And then in here I can say padding right is actually this, padding right. Guys, I'm learning today. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm learning. And then what's wrong now? That's fine. I'm okay with that. And then down here I can just have padding right 1 VW. And for this one, same thing, but I'm going to say 0. So that did not work. And I wonder if it's because I used a name that is already a property. Now pad the container. Use justify content space between. Okay, and that's on my container. Make sure I get this right. Justify content space between. Oh my gosh, guys, we're getting so close. Okay, so let's take this out for a moment. I thought I was headed down a good path, but you guys are smarter than me. Let's get rid of this. That feels like it should have worked, and it didn't, and that's okay. We'll figure this out. So I have I probably didn't want to put this on this one. I wanted to put this on the container that holds all of them. Okay. Okay, let's go back to our survey. We gotta give this thing away before I forget. Goodness, Jeff, get all that off the screen. Okay, so here's our survey. We have analyzed results. Let's take a look. We have only 8 responses. We got 19 people here. How have you guys not filled out this survey? All right. Echo Dot or Echo Input, your call, or I'm sorry, not Input, Echo Flex. Your choice. If I look at this thing, God, that looks so good. We have so much more work to do on this. We have to lower it. We have to get a display that has all the data. And if we go back to our reference image, we want that. I don't need the buttons at the bottom or the coins or any of that stuff, but I do need the cards. I want to show what your bet was, so the bet 5 that you see right here, that needs to be there. Their credits showing would be awesome. I'll need to be able to pull this, all this data I have in my application. So I'll just need to be able to pull this in and build a nice grid. So I'm guessing that's a data source that'll pull that stuff in, because eventually it'll change depending on the game. So much more to do, but we've made some good progress. All right, back to our survey. We have 8 responses. That's surprising. I'm okay with it, but it's surprising. When we have 19 people here, it's like people don't want free things, but I'm okay. Dynamic data sources, if we want to be fancy. Joe, my brain is full. I've learned all I can about APL this morning. I have so much to do today. Oh, so much. Joe, actually, you gave me an incredible amount of feedback on a document I'm working on yesterday, too. I've got all of that to work. Okay, so what I do is I go to individual responses, and we'll just look through these to make sure everybody's got what they need. But we've got Greg Wire is here. We've got Melaneus is here. Startup, Zavadop. Zavadop, are you based in the United States? W. Giorgio, Gold Zulu, Mr. Smoofy, and Mr. Demon Wolf. So we've got our 8 respondents. I'll refresh this one more time just to make sure I didn't miss one. And then we'll go. So what I like to do is I use a website called random.org. Maybe if I could type it. Random.org. And this generates random numbers for me, so I don't have to worry about it. But we have 1 to 8. So betting big money on this. Speaking of big money, let's do that too. Let's see how this is going to go for somebody. If I say slots 10, I'm going to do 10 million. Come on, 10 million. Oh, it's going to be good for somebody. I just won 50 million. So good. Okay. Yeah, Mr. Demon Wolf, you can only wager what you have. You have 119 right now. You earn a coin every time you post a message in chat, though. So there's never shortage of coins. All right, here we go, everybody. Let's jump back to our random. And we hit generate. And the winner is number 1. I believe that was Mr. Demon Wolf. Let's go back and look at our survey. Number 1 was Mr. Demon Wolf. So congratulations. We have a winner. It is his day today. All right, so what I need from you, Mr. Demon Wolf, just DM me on Twitch. It's fine. What I need is your mailing address. I need your choice of color. I have gray, white, black, and my personal favorite. I don't have one in here right now, but I have one in my house. Let's move all these devices. This is my personal favorite. It is a magenta color. So let's get my face off so you can see the focus kick in. There you go. So that's the red. Yeah, DM on Discord or where. Just hit me up with a message. I'll get it. So you can have one of those Echo Dots, or you can have one of these Echo Flex devices. These plug right into an outlet. So let me know what device you want, what color, if the color matters, and I'll try and drop it in the mail over the weekend, so you can have it early next week. All right, the Flex one, they're pretty. Here, let's do it this way. Instead of bringing the box to the screen, I'll just do this. Echo Flex. The Flexes are cool. I agree. The reason Staples Staples was the first result for this, and I don't get a back button. Okay, whatever. Echo Flex. So it plugs into the wall, so you can see it just plugs right into an outlet like that. And then on top of that, it has accessories, and I don't know if they'll show the accessories on this. Yeah, they kind of show them here. So like this is an additional accessory. It does not come with it. You would have to purchase this separately, but they're cheap. They're like $10 or $15. But this is a nightlight, and so it actually has a nightlight on in your hallway or whatever. But it's a usable full Alexa device. There's also, and this is the one that I use, is this motion sensor. So what's cool about the motion sensor is that you can actually hook it up to the routines that you have with Alexa. And so as an example, all of the nonsense that's happening in here, all these lights, all this whatever, I have one plugged into a power brick over there, and it's pointing right at the door. And I have the motion sensor plugged in. And so when the motion sensor detects someone coming into the room, all of these lights come on, which is kind of cool. So I've just set it up as a routine, and it kicks all of that stuff off automatically for me. So I don't have to come in here and like turn each individual light on. I was able to do that without even talking, right? It just turns them all on. Now, the problem is if I want to work in the dark, it's nearly impossible because I can turn them all off with just my voice, but if I move, it sees me and then it turns them all back on again. So there's no good way to have it be like, oh, there's nobody here, I should turn it off. Unfortunately, I wish there was. But those are the 3 accessories you can buy, is the clock, the nightlight, and the motion sensor. So, Mr. Demon Wolf, it's entirely up to you. You can send me your DM with whatever you'd like to have, and I'll get it out to you in the mail very soon. In the meantime, let's go back to our document. We've put so much good work into this. I'm just gonna take all of this, copy. Let's go into our code. Joe, by the way, have you played with this? This is super awesome. Very excited by the simulator directly in VS Code. Someday I should turn that layout into an APL package. I probably should. So this is this, and then on top of that, I can have local debugging for just me, just my user, by doing this. And so I run this. Now I'm running with full IntelliSense, also with full debugging and everything. So if I come into one of my files, let's look at like one of my handlers for the launch request as an example. So if I come in here and I drop a breakpoint, and then I go to the simulator, which was here, and I say, let's quit and come back in. I do have charcoal, yeah. I have the burgundy magenta color. I have charcoal, which is like black. I have gray, and I have white. So if I say open Chatsino, you'll see that I actually hit my breakpoint when it comes through. Except I did it on the wrong intent. Never mind. Thought I did launch request. Oh, I did do launch request. Undefined. That's fun. Open Chatsino. I did this earlier too. There we go. And so I hit my breakpoint. I can actually see like what my handler request is, all the properties that are in here. This is so awesome because I don't have to leave even this tool. I don't have to go to a browser and run it. I don't have to do any of that. So very exciting that I can dig into my handler input and any other options, objects that I have. So yeah, I'm pretty pumped about this. So I can look in helper, see all the functions. I mean, this is just amazing. It's going to make it so much easier to get things done. Anyway, that is that. If you guys aren't using the Alexa Skills Toolkit, highly recommended. It's got a lot of cool functionality built right into it. But what I wanted to do before we leave here is I wanted to come down here and find this document. Take this and dump in my new one and save it. Now I'll have to, well, let's do this really quick. I want to get off stream. I need to get to some work. I have another stream, like I mentioned. We're going to do JSX with APL at 1 o'clock, so that's in an hour and a half. But between then and now, maybe I can get this just to show. I just want it to show. I don't have to have it work or anything. So let's go to Start Poker Intent. And in here, we're just going to do a... I completely forget how to do this too. Joe, do you want to walk me through this, or should I just look it up? I want to add that APL document. So it's like add. There's not an add APL. I wish there was. Let's see. I've done this before, but I just can't remember. Alexa. Add directive. That's what I thought it was. Add directive. Yeah, I don't remember either. That's okay. I'll get it. This is also a good call. Let's do that. If it supports that, then we'll do handler input dot response builder dot add directive. Okay, and then this is what I want. Where is document defined? Hello world document is just that. Okay, I can do that. So this goes in here. Poker token. And then this will be, we gotta do a const poker APL equals require. Where is this gonna live? I can't do it that way. I gotta move this file. Why would they have, when I create an APL document, why would they put it there? The APL doc has to live inside my Lambda, right? I used the Alexa Skills Toolkit to create a new APL doc, and it put it here with my project. Joe, do we have a way to reference these files somewhere else? Well, for now, I'm just going to take this document and copy it. And we're going to create inside Lambda a new folder called APL. And in here, we're going to paste a document. We're going to call this rename. We're going to call this poker. And then here I can say APL poker.json. So that becomes my document, and then this becomes this. Well, let's fire it up, see what we get. Yeah, that seems very weird to me. I don't understand why we would do that. Okay, debug console is running. Go back to our simulator and say bet 5 on poker. All right, let's start this simulation back over. Just open the simulator. Open chat Sino. Go. Got a response. Great. Now, bet 5 on poker. Oh, I typed it wrong. What was the error? So much data. I need to get out of here. No, I'm not seeing a render. Not seeing it at all. Should be right in here, right? Because that's all session attributes. But I got an error, so this went to the error handler. I'm sure that's the issue. I don't know what the error is. Let's see if we can find that. I have too much data coming back. Alexa is not defined. Start poker intent, line 39. Okay. I can live with that as an error. Bet 5. What do you mean there was an error? What's the problem? I imported it. Start poker intent. It's right there. F. Boucheros with the raid. Welcome, everybody. You guys just missed an opportunity. We just gave away an Echo Dot. And if you'd been here just a few minutes earlier, we could have potentially had you in the chase. But Mr. Demon Wolf walked away with a free device today. So welcome, everybody. We're in the process of trying to get this little bit to work by sending some APL out to the service, and we're just not getting there. I really got to get this data cleaned out. So, okay, let's go back to our simulator, and we say, I said quit, so we say open Chatsino, and we get back an error still? No, that worked fine. Okay, that piece works just great. It's when we're trying to actually show the APL. So I say bet 5 on poker, and this is where it blows up. Because we're not doing something right. I'm not sure I'm going to have time to figure this part out. I was hoping to sneak this in before I left, but Alexa is not defined at start poker intent line 39. I believe that it is. What are you talking about? It's right here. With local debugging, I wonder if I'm using the build version. Let's just check something. If I come into this lambda, and I come into this handlers, and I come into this start poker intent, it doesn't have any of that, so that's not the issue. I was worried that maybe it was running it out of the ask folder. So it's most certainly breaking this folder. Let's this is what breakpoints are for, right? Let's figure it out. Bet 5 on poker. It's okay that there was an error. Let's take a look down here at what the error was. Alexa, but it didn't hit my breakpoint. Okay. Bet 5 on poker. Oh, well, that's interesting. When I hover over helper, it shows me everything. When I hover over Alexa, it doesn't. I really don't know what I did wrong here. But somehow it thinks that I've not defined this object Alexa. Well, for now, we're going to have to comment this out. So we'll just save like that. Let's go back to the simulator and just make sure it works now. Bet 5 on poker. So weird. Open chat Sino. Bet 5 on poker. Does it still work? We just have a straight up error no matter what now? GitHub Lambda handlers start poker intent. I saved the file. I don't know. Well, that's enough for today. I've had enough of a beating. Learned lots of cool stuff, but Goldzula, are you saying that? Yeah, I mean, I definitely had. This is an Alexa skill. It's already here. If I, the rest of the skill works just fine, so it has to be here. But let's see. Ask SDK. Is it not here? Is that really my issue? How could it not be here? Because, let's look at something here. I totally agree it needs to be in the package, but like if I look at my raw index file, it's referring to that. I have to be using that, right? I mean, how else am I doing all of these things? If I look at this, I have Ask SD Core right here. If I look in my node modules, I was just looking in the wrong folder. Yeah, I've Ask SD Core SDK right there. Certainly that is here. Certainly. I don't know what my issue is, but I will revisit this at another time. For today, we made a lot of good progress. I have a new document that starts to resemble a video poker machine. Much more work to do on it, but I am excited. So with that, we're gonna call it a day. I'm gonna grab some lunch before a very busy afternoon of meetings and streaming. So I will see all of you bright and early on Monday morning, and we'll continue working on this. Maybe we'll even use JSX for APL. Who knows what I'll learn today? I'm looking forward to it. Anyway, that is all for me today. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you, like I said, on Monday. Have a great weekend.